Hi.
Hello everyone, I'm Fifi.
And I'm Safi.
And
we are here to say a lot of you all, guys, it's not gender neutral.
A lot of you all.
Yeah.
Or many of y'all.
Many of y'all have been following us and seeing what we have to say about relationships and sex and communication, all of these things. And I mean, at least for me, I'd be wondering, like, who the fuck do these people think they are? Why do they think they get to tell us how effective our relationships can be? And it's just to say that the reason why we created this channel wasn't because we thought we were perfect. It's because we are absolutely imperfect as a couple.
I guess we wanted to share some of those things with you.
Yeah, we wanted to air out them grievances.
Let's talk about how we've been able to be in disagreement and make it through. The first clash we had was a contrast in love language. It was definitely me interpreting Safi as being disinterested because our love languages are different. I need physical affirmation and I felt like I wasn't getting that.
Right, because my love language is neither giving nor receiving is physical affirmation. It's not a thought. In my head, when I'm like, oh, I want to show this person I really love them, the first thing that comes is like either do something nice, like something helpful, or say something loving or affirming. So words of affirmation, acts of service are my two biggest love languages.
Whereas for me, physical touch,
like literally like,
yeah, like even just a hand on a part of my body will make me feel more secure and sure that you like me. That and words of affirmation, quality time, those are mine. Anyway, so I wasn't getting that physical affection that I was craving, and I thought Safi hated me. Or I thought more like he's a fuckboy and he's gonna...
Right, like yeah. I just want to have sex with you.
So it took me a while to communicate that to Safi, that was what was going on. But we made it through because
it wasn't actually a fight also.
Right.
We didn't like scream at each other or, you know, tear each other down to get a point across.
Yeah, that was fine. What's another one?
Time. So love languages is still like a conversation we still have to have sometimes. I think time and planning is a point of contention for us. So I am rigid about time. So the way my brain works sometimes is like, if I have to wait a certain amount of time, or if the frustration overpowers me so much, and like in my head the drama becomes like, fine, I just won't fucking do it anymore. That's it. Like that's it for the night. Alright? I'm going to bed. Everyone, goodbye. That is not how Sophia is.
This is with doing what? With something being frustrating?
Lateness.
Yes. Because I thought you were talking about things where you're like, I'm giving up, I'm done with it.
Oh, the other thing that frustrates Sophia.
Well, okay, to finish your point, I'm working on my tardiness. I've gotten a lot better, right? I know for myself that I have gotten a lot better. But this goes for anyone who's dated me. They all know if I say one time, tack on at least 15 minutes after.
I tack on 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Well, you should. You know what? I'm not even going to cry about that because it be like that sometimes. But I do communicate most of the time. You know what? It's just a work in progress, and I know it pisses Safi off sometimes. But because I know it pisses you off, I try not to do it to you. And so the other thing is, if Safi gets frustrated with something, you just
don't want to do it anymore.
You just don't want to do it anymore.
Or like it's fine. Like it's not that, or like whatever has been done about it, that's enough.
And I don't settle. Yeah, I want.
And we're working together now. That's where it comes out the most.
It's great.
So like an example would be if I write something and forget to edit a certain thing.
It drives me bonkers.
Yeah.
It's just something that we clash on sometimes.
There has to come to a point, for me, it's like, this is important to her. therefore it should mean something to me that it is important to her. Like whether or not it's something I would notice or catch on my own, probably not. But it is something that she would notice or catch. So either it's important to her or I'm terrified of getting in trouble. Either or works.
So those are a few ways in which we become disaligned at times. It absolutely happens. And we're able to get through it because despite that, we still meet each other's relationship ideal. Meaning we have the same fundamental principles that really are what make this work despite all those other things. Those things are
polyamory. Just so many things in terms of like what we want to do for the world. We don't settle in terms of our purpose. It's very hard for either of us to feel stagnant in any way in terms of like giving back or like contributing. We're both really ambitious. And the way we operate, a lot of the ways we cope are similar, which is helpful. We're both very action-oriented people.
Yes.
Sometimes both me and Sophia can come off kind of, when giving advice to other people who have different ways of coping with things, with crises, both of us can come off like assholes. Where we're basically like, in our heads like, just
fucking do it. Just do something about it.
Do something.
Yeah, do something different.
And it's not to say we're better than everyone. We just are really good for each other for that.
Right.
We meet each other's ideals. We have the same like core principles.
If things that make us clash come up, we have a way of bringing it up and talking about it in a way that is not combative. There's never any like finger pointing.
We just found a remedy to a healthy relationship. Less finger pointing, more finger blasting.
Hell yes!
Right.
Also, the fact that we fuck mad good all the time. That's a huge indicator of the wellness of your relationship. I don't know. I know some people that be fighting all the time and they like fuck like animals.
So there's that common like cultural thing that we learn through like weird media and movies where like the passionate like toxic relationships have like the best sex. And like we probably both have had exes like that or some version of that, like some abusive weird person where but the sex is so good though.
Right.
We're in some strange paradox where our playtime is bomb and we don't fight and argue and have this like weird toxic back and forth of arguing and shit to like feed into like our passion. Like I just love her. That's it. That's all. I just love her and I like her. And I would like to make her come.
Hold up. Rewind. I was trying to say that because we are able to communicate in a way where we are always trying to take responsibility for our part in what we may have done wrong. Because we have an awareness around the fact that yes, we could state our boundaries, state our needs, state where we may have felt hurt, but that doesn't go very far without acknowledging like what did I do to maybe set the ball rolling. We approach discussions with that first.
Yes, yeah. Leading with accountability.
Exactly.
And we approach discussions with the desire to understand rather than to be right. So I've never approached a discussion with Sophia, even like if in my core, if I'm like livid. Genuinely, I think the times where I have been like, I genuinely ask a question. Like the you and Lorelli didn't get to the apartment. It's literally like, how did this happen? We're not like,
trying to understand.
We're literally trying to find a compromise and
Yeah.
like a way in which this can work for the both of us. Not
Right.
like my way or there's no other way. And there are some non-negotiables, I think.
The ideals were the non-negotiables, sort of. So like polyamory.
Not racist.
Not kids.
Not kids. Humor.
That's a huge one.
We laugh a lot, we fuck a lot.
That's it. That's
like
all you
the
need.
fights, none of it actually matters when I think about how much we laugh and how much we come together.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like if you make a list.
Yeah, my cons list is very short in comparison to my pros list.
Right. So I'm trying to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I want this to be over. Because I don't want to do stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, so end it.
Bye.
You're not going to give these people no hope.
Y'all be alright. Sana, motherfuckers. No, I'm just kidding. Find people who meet your relationship ideal, and like that doesn't mean they're gonna be perfect. That doesn't mean they're gonna do everything you say. It does mean that you can find some way to align within that ideal because they meet your ideal. I mean.
I knew you were gonna say that. Thank you, Sammy. That was beautiful. We just wanted to set it straight. We wanted to give
We're
you
not
some
perfect.
context. We don't always know what we're doing. We're just doing our best.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
Oh, baby. Okay, we can end it now.
Bye.
Bye.